Hello everyone, welcome back to the Herbal Bunny. Today is an exciting day because I'm going to transplant my artichokes into some containers. I almost killed them. I did not water them for a couple days and did not check on them. I thought, yeah, they should be fine. But my light, even though it's excellent for growing these things, will kill them because it gets too hot. So it's very important. Learning lesson. I'm still learning, obviously, and almost killed them. So I'm actually going to leave these ones in here and just transplant these healthier ones over here. Typically, you do want to wait just a little bit where they're a little bit drier. They're not too wet when you transplant them. And yeah, so I'm fingers crossed that they were going to make it. But you want to transplant them when they're not really soaking wet, so the dirt is falling away from their little roots. But let's go ahead and get started. I got these from Amazon. There's like 100 of them for like 10 bucks or something like that. I was contemplating on whether I want to put a little label on each one of them, or I've seen people write on the cups. These are pretty flimsy. I guess they probably would be reusable, and I can always see they're kind of, which really helps to loosen them up when you want to take them out, you know, if they're like that. But the only downside is these are probably going to rip easy. It's my first time using these, so we'll see. All right, let me show you the soil that I'm going to be using. I love black gold. Oh, hello. Sorry about that. I love black gold potting soil and seed starting mix, so that's what I'm going to continue to use for this. I did get some organic Miracle-Gro. I will try that in some other ones, but we're just going to go ahead and start potting up some of these. All right. The roots definitely are popping out the bottom. I planted 2 seeds, if you remember, in each one of these cells. So just gonna see what I'm doing. And then some people, they can just yank out the one that doesn't look like it's gonna make it and then save, you know, the healthier one. But I really wanted to try to, man, these do not want to come out. There we go. I really wanted to see if I can't just break them up. So there's 2 in here. I just want to see if I can't unmarry them gently and then plant them out. There you go. He's got some nice roots going on. I've seen a new method of starting seeds that I have not heard of. It's called block seeding, block something or other. And it just kind of just started popping up on my For You page. And I looked into it. You won't need like pots and stuff. You just use this thing and you plunge it into a bunch of dirt, and then it has a little thing where it kind of makes an indentation for you to put your seed in. I have not tried that method, so maybe you guys can tell me what you guys think about doing that type of method of seed starting and growing. I had thought about giving it a try, but it's quite the investment of buying the little doodad, and then it's like you have to make your own soil. Which I don't mind making my own soil, but it was like a special, different kinds of stuff that you had to add in there to help it hold together and not make your seedlings too moist, things like that. It just sounded like more work. Although, yeah, reseeding these is more work, repotting these. But what I'm going to do is take these, put them underneath the grow light, probably a different grow light because the other one's too hot, and let them sit in these pots probably about 4 weeks. And then I'm going to transfer them, do a hardening off for them. And hardening off is where you take your seedlings and you put them outside for a couple hours each day, increasing every three days. This is how I do it. Every 3 days, I increase it by an hour. Some people do it every day. Like they'll take it out there for 2 hours the first day and 3 hours the second day. I don't have that kind of time to be able to do that. Probably what I'll do in the mornings is, let's see, probably when I come home from work, I'll set them outside. And then in the mornings, maybe I'll put them outside a little bit before I go to work. And then just put them back outside. I don't know. We don't have a whole lot of sun out here, and I think it'll be fine if they're out there for more than a couple of hours. We shall see. I might not do them to all of them, just in case they have like a shock and die on me. I don't want all of them to die. I want none of them to die is my ultimate goal. But yeah, we'll put them outside. And then once I get where they're outside, like about 5-6 hours, then I'm going to transplant them outside. Or maybe just leave the pots outside till they get a little bit bigger to where I can transplant them. But yeah, that is my goal mentally. I'm saying to myself, but you know, some things don't always go as planned, like me trying to kill these here. I want to start to make my own soil, so I've been doing a lot of compost. I bought a little compost thingy that's where you can spin it. It's like a big round that has 2 compartments, and you just put your table scraps and whatnot in it, yard waste. I do have compost piles outside where I put leaves and sticks and lawn clippings and things like that. But I really want to start making my own soil. Yeah. Got 4. Because it's cheaper, it's healthier, you know what's in it. You don't have to worry about pesticides or, you know, whatever you got to worry about with it. These look really good. Yeah, I'm glad they come apart fairly easily. Let's give them a little bit of a tug. There we go. I'm doing a barter. It's like a barter website on Facebook, a barter group, and they may have this like in your area. It's fairly new. My friend actually set it up, and she got quite a few members quickly. But where you barter things. So I'm wanting some wood chips because I want to do the back to Eden method. And I went to my local nursery and for a truckload of wood chips, and I'm not sure, you know, all the difference between different wood chips. I told him what I wanted it for, and he's just kind of a grumpy man. But $600 for a truckload. I'm like, okay. And there's a website also, Chip Drop. I had thought about looking into that, but somebody had said that you don't know what you're getting. You don't know when you're going to get it. And if it's got too much pine or cedar, you know, you get a lot of sticks and leaves and stuff, which I'm not, you know, worried too much about leaves. But I don't want a whole bunch of pine needles, you know, in my wood chips because I'm going to be using the back to Eden method. And also, you have to kind of let that stuff sit for a year. At least from my experience, if you use the fresh wood chips, it tends to burn your plants. And that's not what I'm looking to do. Okay, so see this little guy right here, he's not really going anywhere. I may try to just break him apart and just plant him. I'm not sure how big his root system is because he's pretty big, so we'll give it a try. In the worst case scenario, he don't grow. Oh, I hope that they all grow. But anyway, this bartering thing. Back on track, Tamatha. This bartering website that I'm a part of, she's got some wood chips. And so I'm going to give her some seedlings in exchange for wood chips. Her husband has a tree trimming service, and they're always have wood chips. So I'm going to exchange some seedlings, and that might be something you guys can look into, or you can start up your own page and invite people locally in your county. This is a county one. And see if you guys can barter with some stuff, or whatever you got. And it doesn't have to necessarily be plant oriented. You know, they have people in there bartering, you know, appliances for other appliances. You know, it's just not necessarily just for gardening. It's for other things too. Just something for you guys to think about. Typically, you don't want to transplant seedlings if they don't have their true leaves. And I talked about that in the other video. The true leaves, so these ones here are the seed leaves. These ones here are the true leaves. So once they get their true leaves, then you can transplant them. So I'm not sure how this little guy will do, but he's in there. Can't take it back. He is there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these guys potted up, and then I'll come back. Alright, so these ones here, I'm going to pray that they can bounce back out of it. The rest of these, I'm going to add some vermiculite around it. Okay, so we're just going to take our vermiculite and just kind of sprinkle around like that. This is going to help hold the moisture in. We're just going to do a thin layer like that all the way around. Push him down in a little bit more. He's a little wobbly. Okay, let me finish the rest. Okay, there we go. We have 12 that's potted up. And then I have these poor sick guys. Alright, got them put into a tray. Alright, got them in their new little section. Put some water in the pan. I have flowers planted back there. Nothing is sprouting yet. It's kind of cold down in the basement, so it doesn't really surprise me. And these lights here don't get that hot. I can touch it, it doesn't get that hot. These here are the onions underneath the really good light that heats up. Makes everything a little warm. I have to put a little bit more water on them. These are the ones that was given to me by a friend, the seeds. And these ones here are free heirloom seeds, so they're actually growing pretty well. I'll put a little bit more water on those. These down here are the flower seeds that my friend had gifted me with this tray, and they're doing really well. I can probably actually take this dome off. Okay, just kind of show you guys what's growing in there. The verbena, this one here, this row, only got one little guy popped up in there. Looks like there might be another one starting to germinate, but pretty good so far, pretty good. And these down here are the flowers my husband and I have planted. There's some that hasn't germinated, there's some that has. I will leave the lid on a little bit longer just for some of these other ones to pop up, but poppies are doing good. The aster is doing good. So we'll just leave that on. Okay, so I put a fan on them because you want to kind of mimic outside. It helps to strengthen up the stems and the seedlings so that way they can be more resilient when they go outside, and it also helps keep circulation so moss and algae and stuff don't start growing on your plants that you don't want to be there. Alright, you guys, fingers crossed that everything will go as planned, and I will see you guys in the next video. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, let me know your experience in transplanting, and maybe you guys have some suggestions or tips, and I would love to read about them. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye!